Wiggy time on the fly. What's up, everybody? Sean Wiggins, your host with the least. We're taking us back September the 10th, 2006. Rahway Rec Center, Rahway, New Jersey. This is Jersey All-Pro Wrestling. Here comes Azreal getting ready for his big contest. He's going one-on-one with Loki in this one. There I am with the frosted tips. Loving my hair here. This is before they started really, well, actually no, they did it before then, but for whatever reason, JAP decided not to do the whole lighting and tarp off the joint a little bit. This was a Friday night show. I remember they didn't put a lot of stock in it, but whatever. There's Azreal, and there's the Lethal family way up top. You see Mr. Lethal showing his hate for Azreal as the Jay Lethal Azreal feud just commenced. Well, Azreal, decent lightweight. He just couldn't, he didn't know how to connect with the crowd. There's Low-Key. Was he the TNA X champ here? Is that the TNA? It is. The TNA X championship belt. Low-Key, the most intense guy I was ever friggin' around. Might have been the best in-ring athlete I ever refereed for. I'll also put AJ Styles right there as number 1 and 1A. Low-Key, one of the few guys who could wrestle in shorts, and it looks like it works. His athleticism was his character. See, if Azreal he did later tighten up his body, and he tightened it up later. But if he did it here, he had a little bit of buzz going here because the Azreal Jay Lethal feud was huge in JAP. Azreal was working for Ring of Honor. I don't know if he still was at this time. I think he was as part of Special K. No, he wasn't. Got my years mixed up. But this is September 2006. And, the indies were starting to die down here a little bit. They picked up, they died down, but this was, we're out of the kind of the hotbed, which was 2001 to 2005, where just everything was kind of cooking. Low-Key, excellent chain wrestling here. Gets the best of Azreal. Low-Key did that just as good as anybody. If Low-Key's attitude was better, he would have been one of the all-time greats. He just did not get along with a lot of people. Was dickish to me several times for no reason. But as Homicide said, I said Low-Key's a dick, but Brandon's is my nizzle. But that's Homicide talk. He loves, Homicide got along with Low-Key much different than everybody else. Homicide basically was his trainer. Azreal, side headlock takedown. I'm surprised Low-Key gave him that. I'm surprised Azreal could get that on a nice kick. See just how fluid Low-Key was. He was just amazing. And that's not even one of the super things he ever did. Little things he did were outstanding. Again, I don't know if the website's still up there, JAPW.net. Hopefully Jersey All-Pro Wrestling does come back in some capacity at some point. Just one hell of an indie for years. Ooh, nice kick. Low-Key now working the arm. I've never seen this match. Last time I saw this match was when I was reffing it. Low-Key had worked Azreal a few times before this. Ooh, kick to the chest. Beautiful. This is pre or post-gas Low-Key. It's post-gas Low-Key. Didn't matter. His body was always in tremendous shape. Just wasn't as big. He was very skinny. But then he ate his Wheaties, got bigger, and Low-Key was always in amazing shape, though. He was always cardio-wise, and his body was always, perfect. I'd hate him for it, because I could never get abs like that, but his workouts were intense. Low-Key goes for the elbow. Azreal ducks it. We have a tilt-the-whirl head scissors. Nicely done. Low-Key to the outside. See, I could have done play-by-play. God, that building looks so much different with no lights. Tope on the... Is that what it's called? A tope. I don't know the Mexican jargon. But a suicide dive is what I call it. And that's, again, one of the most dangerous moves in wrestling. You do that and the guy moves. You just land just a tick awkward. You're going to blow a knee out. Break your neck. As American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, would say, why don't you just go for an axe handle? For those of you that don't know, Daniel Bryan, one of the low-key funniest people that ever lived. And guys who knew him pre and post WWE will tell you that, I could feel that chop. Azreal, his nickname, his moniker was the good guy, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, he was always a heel in JAP. He needed a mouthpiece though. Like the dude couldn't talk, but he had a little bit of charisma, a little bit, and he could. I mean, look, he could do his thing in there. Just he needed a good manager. He needed some size, and he needed a new body and a new name and a new persona. Other than that, he was great. Azreal knows I'm half busting his balls. Low Key. I mean, this isn't one of Low Key's all-time greatest matches. It wasn't not one of Azreal's all-time greatest matches. I picked this one because I never saw it. I thought maybe for those of you who... Oh, God, I can feel that. I was talking smack to Low Key one night, just being a douche, and he came up from behind and gave me a back chop. This is in the back, just screwing around. He gave me a back chop. I thought I was dead. Nice move there. Springboard. I don't know if anyone springboarded better than Low Key in any move. Excellent camera work. I don't even know if there was any commentary for this. I think it was done post-production. Nice dive to the outside. Low Key, and again, Low Key be the first one to tell you this. Everybody on the indies for years wore kick pads. Everybody. Good Lord, I could feel that. And Low Key would always say, well, do you kick during your matches? Well, do you kick? Doesn't make sense. Why are you wearing kick pads? Why are you wearing kick pads if you don't kick? And everyone's like, he's being a douche. Nah, he's right. If you don't kick, wearing kick pads like defeats the purpose. I never understood it. Get a pair of wrestling boots. I know they're expensive, but buy them, take care of them, and wear them, and wrestle in them. Low Key breaks the count. Again, small thing. Not a lot of people do it. I'm on the outside checking if Azreal is alive from those chops. Let's see, September 06. Who was... Yeah, Fat Frank was probably here that day. Fat Frank was pretty much there every show. The late Fat Frank. Fat Frank, we love you. Miss you. I'm trying to think who was running the show here. It might have been Ray Sager, which was a joke. Another problem with JAP. They had I love this. Shades of the Great Muta, but Low Key did it so friggin' sweet. JAP would have Ray Sager running the show, and Ray Sager never got booked anywhere. He was just like an ECW fan. He didn't know a damn thing. And then he got an ego about himself, and that was all I needed to hear. Chop from Low Key again. You know what? If Low Key chops it, for those of you who ever wrestle Low Key in the future, if he gives you a chop, bump and roll out of the ring. Sell the hell out of it. Because, no, don't do that. There, he bumped. You see me selling because I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Look at my frosted tips. How sweet do they look? I don't like that shot. See, that's why you need the lights, the big lighting. Can't see stuff like that. Low Key goes for a splash, nobody home. Azreal quickly to the top rope. Nice clothesline. Could have looked better. Two count only. Rahway Rec Center. Who would have thought growing up in New Jersey that Rahway would be a city that I would visit and have so much history to do with my life? I probably refereed in this building more than any other building ever. Azreal goes for a cover. No, you're not getting him there. The Rahway Rec Center right off of Route 35. Kind of a couple exits off the Parkway. This is post Dan Moff. And for those that don't know the Dan Moff homicide saga, it's well over. It's been over for more than 10 years now, but I will tell it one day. But JAP pushed Dan Moff to the max. He was their champ. Dan Moff and Homicide had the ultimate personal falling out. Dan Moff got blackballed from wrestling for 3.5 years. And that really hurt JAP because they put all their stock into him. And the other thing is, on the indies, because Ring of Honor is still hot at this time. 06, yeah, they're still hot at this time. But the thing is, JAP, needed Moff. Because they just put all their stock into him. Because so many guys... You needed guys to be around. You needed to book guys and have them wrestle on your shows. Well, JP would bring one guy in, then he wouldn't be there for 3 shows. Bring a guy in for 2 shows, he wouldn't be back for 4 more shows. You know, it was very hard to find reliable people that were around. Low-key, again, those good Lord, I wish I counted the chop. Azreal protected himself there. If you bend down and low-key back chops you like that, good night, Irene. Just lay down and take the 3. I think Azreal wins this match with, he gives him, like a big headbutt and then pins him with his foot on his chest. I think. You know what? I'm going to put some money on it. I'm going to put a sawbuck on it. Azreal going to the top rope. Please don't go for the double stomp. I beg of you. Oh, he did. Oh, beautiful. That was sweet. Well timed. Azreal should have stayed down. I would always do this. I'd always take my time counting to 10. Give these guys a couple extra seconds. We're at 11 minutes here. I don't know how much longer this goes. I'm tired of hearing me say that. But, yeah, JP still had a little momentum here. But as I said before, you needed reliable guys. And low-key, I'm not saying this in a negative way. He just wasn't reliable. He was getting booked so much in other places that they couldn't put a belt on this guy, a belt on that guy. Moff was actually their prize horse. And from 05 on, they were trying to find their way. Low-key lighting up the chops. Good. Ooh. Those actually don't hurt as much, but they still hurt. Azreal's chest probably looks like frickin' rotten hamburger. Rotten raw hamburger. I don't know what rotten raw hamburger would look like. Reverse, 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 reverse. 2 steps there now, yo. Oh, double stomp. Good Lord. I took that. I had to get myself over there. I did take that. Maybe I'll show that in a future Wiggy Time on the Fly when I get squashed by the double stomp. Low-key now has Azreal right where he wants him. And this was around... No, this was a little bit afterwards. JP did their internet television, JP Worldwide, which is a brilliant idea. Because fans could watch it for free. And, you know, you'd watch it and say, gee, I'd like to go see that live. And then you'd go. They'd only do a half hour. They wouldn't load it up with too many matches. Azreal gassed. And this is nice. See, Raven would be proud there because in minute 12, which we are in this match, there's a kick. No, Loki's not hooking the leg. I hooked the leg too late. And Loki barking at me. Lucky I didn't backhand him. Raven would say, when you're in minute 12, minute 15, wrestle like you're in minute 12 or minute 15. You shouldn't be fresh as a daisy. And now these guys are starting to chug. They're starting to, you know, dig deep for those breaths. It makes it look like it's a competition, which is the whole idea. Loki now clearing the cobwebs. What's he got to do to put Azreal away? JP did have good camera work. And what I love about them, they're not so shaky. Yeah, Doug Gentry, talk about you. God, we miss you, Doug. Low-key going for the Key Crusher 99. I think he did change the name after. Oh, into a DDT! That was sweet. I forgot he did that. See, that's why I love watching these matches I haven't seen. Another reason, I think I've mentioned this, I put all these matches up on YouTube, and I promote the hell out of the guys who do it. Modtron Productions, RF Video, rfvideo.com. Because I want to prolong having these. The internet is pretty much forever. You know, YouTube is, well, right now I'm saying that in 2021, then it's forever. But who knows, that could change. But who knows how long DVDs last. Both of them are on the top floor. There's nowhere higher to go. Chop, they're both up there. Azreal needs to fight back. Oh, that's not going to do it. Azreal, I believe, a student of Homicide as well. Homicide trained so many guys. Pretty remarkable how many guys he trained while he was active on the indies. I always put Homicide as my #1 overall. Oh, there's that flying drop kick into the buckle. Usually it's over after that. Give Azreal a lot of credit. He's taking all this abuse. Loki's such an athlete. Everything he does looks good, too. If his attitude was better, he'd be one of the biggest stars in wrestling today. The double stomp from the top. Is that it? 1, 2. Yes, that's it. Low-key gets the W on his quest to become Jersey All-Pro Heavyweight Champion. I think this was an X Division title match. And Low-key at this time was the TNA X Division champ. Well, that was cool to see. That was a little trip down memory lane. JAPW.net. Jersey All Pro Wrestling. Please come back after the Corona lockdown, which we're pretty much wrapped up in the vaccines out there. Maybe JP will be doing shows. Check out Modtron Productions. Oh, that would piss me off when we throw this in the ring because I have to clean it up. But check out Modtron. I hope they have their DVDs up for sale. They have so many good old matches, a lot of good old content. Check them out. Well, for Wiggy Time on the Fly, hope you enjoyed Low-Key and Azreal. I did. For Sean Wiggins, I'm Sean Wiggins, saying, as always, keep in touch with yourselves. Arrivederci and ciao. And signing off. God, I miss my frosted tips.